Oh no.
Welcome to Chicago Sports Vlogs. This is Brandon Cinema. The interesting part of it is the Chicago Bears are interested in trading for Russell Wilson. Okay, so just like a four-team trade or a three-team trade, promising landing him to the Oakland Raiders exchange for Derek Carr. I would see that buying. Gruden did trade Mack to the Bears, so that's an interesting part. I don't think they're going to trade Las Vegas with Seattle. So why I say that is because Wilson has quite interest with the Chicago Bears. He did go to school, a part-time school, to uh, Wisconsin. Then he went to Washington, and everybody knows that the Seahawks drafted him in the second round. He went to two consecutive two Super Bowls, and he won one, lost one. The interesting part is Wilson would have broken the Bears' record for throwing 40 touchdowns last year if he was a Bear. And I expect him, if he will be a Bear, a player or two will be traded. Is it going to be Kyle Fuller? Is it going to be even uh, Akeem Hicks or Nick Foles? Maybe we sign Trubisky and trade him. Who knows? So we'll see. I think the interesting part of this, if you throw Wilson on the Bears, it doesn't solve anything really, to be honest with you. It would be no difference as he was on the Seahawks. For once, for one exception, we got Khalil Mack. They don't. And the other interesting part of it is they will really rival the Green Bay Packers. And if you know anything about Russell Wilson against the Packers, he's pretty good. I believe he has a winning record. It might even be a perfect record. At least it is in the playoffs. So they beat the Green Bay Packers twice, at least in the playoffs, with Wilson against Rodgers. So the question is more not if, but when it will happen. I think it will happen because the Seahawks are in a different time frame. They're not in the same time frame as they were before. They can always draft another quarterback. If they get the Chicago Bears pick, they would get the 20th pick. With two first-round picks, they can trade that away and go up probably in the top 10 and draft somebody, or even up higher and draft another quarterback to replace Wilson. It'd be a lot cheaper. And on top of it, they hold Wilson anyway. So the Bears would get him for I think I was told on Chicago Sports radio here on ESPN 1000 that it was like $19 million. Do I like to move? Yeah, as long as we don't trade our key players, such as, we're not going to trade Hicks or Mack or Kyle Fuller or Robinson. I'm fine with it. Just trade first, a couple of first round picks and call it uh, as if it's good. The Bears do that. Would they be Super Bowl contenders? Yeah, I think so. As long as they're able to solidify the offensive line, and they'll do that. I think if the Bears do get Wilson, there's rumors now that Kyle Long will come out of retirement. He's not interested in joining the Bears. But if he signed Wilson or trade and signed Wilson, I could see Kyle Long rethinking that, and then maybe we could trade Miller to Seattle. So he can give out gang signs and complain why he doesn't catch the ball, but balls are being thrown to him, he's not catching it. So that might be a good idea. Wims too can go with him too. So the punching brothers can go together to Seattle. Seahawks too would love that. Would it be interesting? How would it affect Metcalf on Seattle's side? It would be very devastating. Seattle won't be the contender that they were with Wilson since they actually did draft him. If you remember anything in your history, the first time Wilson played against the Chicago Bears was at home. It was Bryant Urlacher's last game he played, and I think that was 2012. It was 2012 when he injured his knee, and he never played again. So he doesn't like Wilson much, but I would presume he would like the move. I like the move. I honestly, you have thoughts. I don't think the Bears are going to get Watson. I don't think they're going to get Zach Wilson or Mac Jones. I think this is a do or die scenario for Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy, and I believe Virginia McCaskey and their children or her children. put him on a very tight leash. I mean, I'm no sports reporter, but I've been reading, and you can read between the lines. This year's die, or make it or not, and everyone gets canned. So would I make that move if I was Ryan Pace, and if the Seahawks agreed to it? As long as I'm not trading a player or two that you would need, if they're going to trade somebody like Nick Foles or something like that, I wouldn't trade Cohen, even though he just came from injury. I would not trade for Robinson. Obviously, why would Robinson want to go there if they've got Wilson? Where would that put Bears on the win column next year with the schedule? I would definitely see them winning more than 11 games for sure, and splitting with Green Bay. Honestly, winning at home, or even sneaking and sweeping them up in Green Bay with Wilson. Wilson would give the Packers, and gave the Packers a feel they have going nuts trying to get him. No difference as the Bears feel about Aaron Rodgers. Do I like this move? Yes, it's a heck yeah move. It's better than them getting Cutler, and I know everyone doesn't like Cutler much, but I would have done that trade with Cutler. Yeah, I still would have done it, but I would have done it differently. But get offensive line. So maybe this time, it's different manager, different coaches, but maybe this time the ownership would be like, well, we got a mobile quarterback. It's time to get offensive line. And that's the thing I was expressing. They should have done that with Mitch Trubisky. It's a cheaper move. Just re-sign Trubisky, keep your picks, and sign him to a 3 or 4 year contract, and then you can get the 20th pick overall, a left tackle, a right tackle, a guard, or even a receiver. I would get more off in the line than anything. And then what I would do is, if I had an extra fourth round pick, I would try to trade that away, to get the best fullback that's tradable on the NFL market. That's what I would do. But that's just me, a fantasy football player here, and Madden, uh, you know, couch owner, Madden seat owner, whoever you want to call it. Yeah, so that's what I would do. Do I see this happening? If it's not Wilson, the Bears will make a quarterback move. They're not going to keep or let Nick Foles be their starter quarterback. If they do, it'll be doomed. Even if they got Trubisky, it would be a little bit better than keep Nick Foles as the starter. So it'll be interesting what will happen. Please like and subscribe, and let me know what your thoughts. Do you guys like the move that the Bears are doing, trying to get Russell Wilson? He seemed pretty angry about it, so rightfully so. So I think so. I think it'll happen. Am I betting money on it? No. Do I think it'll happen? Yeah, for sure. Okay, please like and subscribe, and help me to get to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. Thank you. Be safe, and bear down.